Welcome back to our channel. We are live from Money20 right here on bitcoinmagazine.nl, and we have been sitting down with traditional finance. Yes, we've been literally bridging the gap these last 2 days, making sure to bring you traditional finance and decentralized finance together at the table to have the conversations needed to make sure that we become one community. And the conversation continues today with Dima. Correct?
Right.
Very good. So, you know what to do. Share this video, like this video, and keep pushing forward this content so that we can all come together and make one good community. So, Dima, let me shake your hand first of all. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, all right. Second day of Money20.
Second day, I love it. So, Dima, I just asked you, you just explained it to me. So, for those of you who do not know, Clear Junction, that's where Dima is. He's the CEO of Clear Junction. Yeah. Now, Clear Junction, clearing of payments and junction of all the banks coming together. They are literally in between transactions between banks. And why is that important for us? Because as a business, we need to be able to communicate. And from your perspective, if you could explain what Clear Junction does in 1 minute, how would you do it?
Right. Clear Junction is a payment service provider for payment service providers. Okay, we act as a wholesaler. Now, when you think, Emmanuel, about say two banks that work together, that relationship is usually called a correspondent account, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what we do. We provide the correspondent accounts to different payment service providers, to remittance companies, to banks, to different payment operators, and also to crypto businesses. We were probably one of the first companies in the market who decided or made an assumption that crypto businesses are actually financial institutions.
Okay.
When we started providing services to crypto businesses some 6 years ago, there was no licensing, and there was no clear understanding of the role of the crypto exchanges or different crypto operators in this market.
Yeah.
So we just made an assumption that one day they will be licensed, they will be regulated by financial institutions, financial regulators. So we, based on that assumption, we understood that they need to be included in our target audience. Our target audience is financial institutions. So we started providing services to some crypto businesses. Today we serve several hundreds of different types of regulated financial institutions, including a really nice client base of just crypto businesses. So we serve exchanges, we serve different crypto OTC desks, and we serve different companies that are involved with crypto.
With companies like Strategy and companies like the Truth Foundation buying into Bitcoin, buying into crypto, with countries trying to set up Bitcoin reserves, the President of the United States embracing crypto, how does this change the model with which you guys work? Does this change the way that you guys approach the crypto space?
Well, definitely there is much more consensus around cryptocurrencies now. When we started 6 years ago, I wouldn't even dream about me being interviewed by the Bitcoin magazine. I would never be able to admit that publicly that we are supportive of crypto.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's all the people here on the floor of Money20. They think crypto, and I feel a very strong smell of stablecoins in the air here.
Yeah.
Right, and it has changed. 12 months ago, at Money20 in 2024, people would hardly think of crypto. They would think of crypto as still a promise. Today, we think of crypto as future is here.
Yeah.
It is definitely here.
Okay, so basically we've taken the necessary step to actually get here. Now, right now, there's still a serious divide between decentralized and traditional finance. How do you think your company, from a Clear Junction point, how do you think they could bring it together?
So look, again, we provide the correspondent accounts to our clients. Traditionally, these were only fiat accounts. We provided them to traditional payment service providers and to crypto businesses. Now we see more and more demand from our clients for services that also involve the stable coins, right? So it's not enough for them to have just an account with balances in fiat. They also need accounts with balances in stable coins, and they also need the conversion what we call the on-ramp and off-ramp,
Yes,
and they also need the on-chain transfers, inbound and outbound, right? So think of some remittance companies that provide services to very traditional consumers, people who live here, for example, in the Netherlands and want to send money to their families in the Philippines, right? So these very traditional remittance companies, they want to have an ability to make liquidity transfers of their own money between the Netherlands into the Philippines using the stablecoin route. So in the past, they would make those liquidity transfers using SWIFT. Today, they see that the stablecoin route is a very strong and sometimes very appealing alternative to using SWIFT.
Yeah. Now, how do you guys scale? How do you grow? Because in the next 3 to 6 months, the crypto space changes. Traditional finance also changes. As the decentralized finance keeps growing, as the market cap keeps growing, Bitcoin keeps growing. We heard this morning, we sat down with Charles, and he said he's expecting in the next 2-3 years 250K per Bitcoin. As that grows and Bitcoin keeps leaving behind gold, keeps leaving behind the US dollar, how do you guys make sure to remain relevant?
Look, I think, look, I come from a very traditional finance or sort of banking background.
Yeah.
So, hold your horses, okay? These things will happen, but it will take time, okay? I mean, we've been waiting for the stablecoins to become part of the reality for several years, and it's only now has started happening. But still, it's work in progress, okay? Nothing, in the financial world, nothing changes overnight.
Good point.
Okay, except for losing some bank accounts. Okay.
You can lose money overnight, but nothing else changes.
Right. So it will take years, but with the time, the banks, the very traditional financial institutions, the regulators will change that attitude, and it's happening now, but there is still a lot of work to be done. Okay, so the attitude to crypto will change. Even today, we see there is some distinction between crypto, which is still sometimes a dirty word, but not stable coins. Stable coins is fine.
Yeah.
Crypto is not. Okay, so just think on it. Several years ago, you wouldn't think of any distinction between crypto and stablecoin. Today, yeah, they say, yeah, stablecoins, yeah, we can do that, fine, but not crypto. Okay, so but there is not much difference, right? So I think in the course over the course of the several years, we will see some change. We will see that more and more stablecoins, more and more maybe of crypto will be used for very traditional, very standard use cases in the cross-border transfers and in everyday our everyday financial operations. Okay, but we're definitely optimistic, but very cautiously.
Step by step.
Okay, yeah, I'd say we're long-term bullish. Okay.
Long-term bullish. That's a good way of putting it. Long-term bullish. Now, from the Clear Junction point of view, what's missing? What is the one thing that if it was in your power to change right now, what would you change to make sure these two sides of the coin come together?
Look, from all the things, I would probably, if I had sort of a magic wand and I would probably do the consumer education.
Okay.
That's what we need. And there's the consumer education, and we need it not, it's not because we want more consumers to use crypto, no. We want the consumers to be very cautious when they use crypto. We don't want consumers to lose money when they use crypto, when they, I'm not speaking about speculations, I'm speaking about using crypto for payments. If consumers are safe, the regulators will be more open to let the industry expand and to provide more services. And if the industry can expand, and if the regulators are fine with that, then the banks will also want to support that business. So I'd say from everything, consumer education is probably the key thing that we would love to be improved.
Wow, that's an amazing way to end this. When it comes down to it, Clear Junction, Dima makes it very clear. We need more education. The more education, the more consumer education, the easier it will become for us to adopt and bring TradFi and decentralized finance together as one. That was very well. That was very well put. I enjoyed this conversation. You know what to do. Like this video, share this video, keep pushing forward this content, and we will all keep growing right here in the space. Clear Junction, Dima Kats, CEO. I appreciate the conversation. Thank you very much for sitting with us. And he said something very interesting. 6 years ago, he would have not even entertained an interview with BitcoinMagazine.nl, but today he's proud to sit here and talk about the changes that have been in the market and what Clear Junction has been doing. So thank you for watching, and we will see you all soon.